This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
Okay, here we go. I gotta name it something. I'm gonna name it Spicy Dumplings. Spicy.
Because
I always name so like you're very organized and you name everything. You have everything all categorized out. She records everything in her life. She showed me last night. She's an Excel sheet of every movie she's seen, when she saw it, and who she saw it with.
really,
It's really cool. And I'm the complete opposite, where I just name things whatever I think, and then I go back like, what was?
yeah,
What is it?
Spicy dumplings.
Spicy dumplings. What was that one again?
yeah. I don't remember what I did this morning.
So my brother recently just got in trouble at work for this. This is the funniest reason ever. Apparently, there's a rule at his work where he can't talk about his job on Facebook or social media. Like, he can't
What's
say
he
bad.
do?
He can't say bad. He works at Titleist. He like in the warehouse, the golf company. And I guess that's a pretty straightforward rule. Don't talk shit about Titleist, right? Hey, don't talk shit about us. But he got in trouble. He got called into the office because they hired a new guy. And my brother's a big boy. He's like 300 pounds. He's a big boy, right? And they hired this new guy. He goes, they only hired you because you're thin. And he got called into the office. And they said, that is not why we hired him. And if you say that again, we'll suspend you.
That's funny.
Like,
what?
Like, no shit. That's not why we hired you. Hired him.
They hired you because you're skinny. Like,
We don't.
Well, I like that guy went, no, it's not, and went and told. Like, what? Like, what? Like,
Yeah, that's what I think.
they said you only hired me because I'm skinny.
I don't think it was him that told. You think it was him that snitched?
Who would know? Who else knew?
Someone else on Facebook must have been like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get Ben in trouble. I'm gonna tell him." He's telling people, What did he tell? What did they even tell the boss? Why was it? The boss had to have realized that was a joke. This is one of those like,
Maybe the boss was hired because he was thin, and he.
or maybe the boss is a big fat guy and he's like, "Fuck you." I resent that. No.
Who knows?
A great example of how retarded I write things down is my notes for this podcast.
Yeah.
So here, I'll give you a note, and you guys try to tell me what they are. Oh,
Okay.
dog love is one. That's funny. What's space tastes? What is space tastes?
I have no idea.
Oh, did we talk about
Space taste?
what's monkey balls?
Oh, I know what that one is.
What's monkey balls?
That was the one where the scientists back in the early 1900s started sewing monkey balls on the humans, guys, because they thought they would live like 60 years longer.
So people needed testicle transplants.
No, they didn't. That's the thing.
They just gave them extra monkey balls, so they had the man balls and the monkey balls?
I think they replaced them with monkeys. Well, not whole monkeys, but, monkey testicles.
We'll just take out the testicles and put monkeys on there. Little tiny monkeys.
Yeah, because that's how crazy and crackpot science was then. Scientists just basically sold some snake oil guy, basically told a bunch of guys, like, you can live 50 to 70 years longer if you replace your testicles with monkey testicles. And guys were like, that sounds like the Moxie. I'm on that train. And they did it.
But did they hook it all up? And they like set all the wiring up? I mean, I imagine it's not the same. Like, you need HDMI and it's like VGA or some shit down there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't think monkey balls are plug and play. I don't think you can just plug monkey balls in and go to town.
Well, remember us talking whenever I put that out there? You said, did it make the people more monkey-like?
I mean, it'd be monkey hormones. Maybe they had monkey hormones in their body now.
Makes it more monkish.
But I don't know.
I don't know how that works. I'm sure it didn't work.
You know,
I'm sure they probably
got here. Let's go down this drain. So they say AIDS.
Okay.
It's because someone had sex with a monkey.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought it was because somebody ate a monkey.
Oh, is it because they ate a monkey? I thought they fucked a monkey.
Maybe they did both. I don't know.
But listen, maybe it's not that at all. Maybe just someone had monkey dick, like a monkey testicles situation.
Okay. And that's how they got it?
Maybe.
But I'm sure if you could get it from eating one, you could guarantee it getting it if you swap balls with it.
Who is this scientist like? Well, I mean, they have balls. We have balls.
He probably wasn't a real scientist. This was in 1900 in the old West. So like, I'm sure this was, where were they even getting monkeys? Actually, I don't know if it was in the old West. I don't know.
Why did you think it's
Because anytime I think of, yeah,
There's a guy on a table he's got a bullet in his teeth, like, just cut him. Just cut him. Give me some whiskey. Cut him.
he's taking a shot of whiskey and they just have him up on the bar. He's still got his boots on.
The doctor's not wearing a doctor mask. He's just wearing a bandana.
Yeah. There's a prostitute fanning herself with like a crow's feather.
There's a player piano just like
yeah. It's doing its. The guy closes it. It's like, better close up shop, boys.
It's playing this theme from House.
Oh. That was a staple of old like spooky movies too. Was there would a piano that just start playing on its own? Remember?
Yeah, but I mean that's
like somebody like Don Knotts would walk into a room and then like something would float and then the piano would start playing.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I like to imagine in old Western days the saloon was where everything happened. Like if there was ever a court, there was no court. It was just the saloon.
I'm sure it was.
Surgery went down in the saloon. Dentistry. You know what's crazy? Here's crazy. Here at dentists, I've never been to a dentist here to be honest, but I've seen them. I've walked past them, and there's no waiting room. When you look into the dentist room, like you see this is a dentist, and you look in, you can see the dentist chair in the lobby. So they just do the dentistry to you, open to the world. Which I mean, I'm sure is fine. I guess.
Yeah.
No, not really, because I don't want the room where they're gonna do like sensitive dental work open to the world. There's a door that just opens to the street.
Yeah. Well, there's not a whole lot of like street vagrants there. It seems like, because I mean that would be the thing here is like you'd be having your teeth worked on, and some guy would be just like hovering in the window, just like creeping you out. Can I get them teeth? Let me get them teeth when you're done with them. Hey man, he's outside asking for extra teeth. Like, man, I don't have any on me, but wait till I come back out. I might have a few.
What's he gonna do?
Just drop your teeth in an old bean can. I don't know. He's saving up for enough teeth, and maybe he can go in and. Do dentists do pro bono work?
I don't think so. I don't think they do. We were talking about currency, like the idea of currency in my 4th grade class, and I was like, "What kind of things do people use for currency?" And kids were like shells, metal, and one kid goes teeth. And I was like, whose teeth? They're like human teeth. Like, who? Where were they getting these teeth? He's like, I don't know. What?
I want a war. Good Lord. He's got a nice shiny outlook of the life already, doesn't he?
Just go to war. They got a bunch
of in 4th grade. Yeah, you come back rich as hell. Pockets full of teeth.
This is all the teeth you could ever want. You buy so many sandwiches.
Well, I know this for a fact, though, is that if I ran a shop and a dude came in and tried to pay me in teeth, I would take the teeth and give him what he wanted. I mean,
I think that's the law of the land.
So yeah, that's probably a legit currency, just in the fact that like, why does he have pockets full of teeth? Just let him have the fudge around.
Would you call the police? Would you call the fuzz?
Would I call the fuzz? Not right then. Well, I mean, what am I going to tell him? A guy came in and paid for teeth? Like, I've got a bag of teeth and they're legit. Like, I don't know.
Okay, but you're not trying to buy ho-hos with them.
No.
The guy puts a 6-pack on the counter and gives you a handful of teeth and goes, "We good?"
I would say, yeah.
Are we good here?
Yeah. Well, I told you my plan, because people keep stealing my fucking mail and they keep stealing my packages, so I have to get everything. So what I'm going to do is the next time I have something delivered to work, I'm just going to take the package, put something in, make it, stuff it full of socks or something. I don't know, not socks. I don't know, something. Socks don't have a lot of weight. Something. And I'm going to put those teeth in there with a note. And I would put this bag of teeth
go to jail.
with a scroll. The scroll for what? I'm not going to jail for nothing. Listen, and I would put it in there, and it would say, I don't know, something along the lines of like, "I've seen your face, and I know who you are. You steal my fucking mail again, and I'll have more teeth," or something along those lines.
It's just something like that. But don't you think that's
if
like,
you were going around stealing people's mail and you're like, "Oh, I keep stealing this guy's mail and he has no idea. I keep getting his packages of shit I have no need for." And then he opens it up one day and it's like, "I know who you are," and there's teeth in there. You'd be like, "Okay, I'm not going to steal the mail anymore," because that's,
I think
I wouldn't steal this.
You'd be like, "This guy's threatening me."
But you're the one stealing the mail.
But they can't.
You would get arrested.
Prove that.
Because he opened the package that wasn't his, full of teeth, and then told the police, "Hey, I stole this guy's mail." How would he have known what was in it unless
What do you think the police will be questioning? Where did you get those teeth, son?
I would say a friend gave them to me.
I work at the 7-Eleven. The guy bought some beer. He gave me some teeth.
I was in a saloon in the Old West, and
there's more. I understand. I think you're right. The guy would stop stealing your mail. But I think that it would cause more problems than it's worth. I think that would get you in trouble.
I don't think so at all. I would be so mad if I got in trouble for that. There's no reason to get in trouble for that.
No reason.
For threat. No, because someone was stealing my mail, and all I did was say, "Quit stealing my mail."
No, but it's one of those situations where, like, if you break into someone's house and you hurt yourself on their premises, you can sue them and win.
I know that's baloney.
That's what I know. I agree, it's baloney, but I think it's a situation like that where you're threatening someone for like two wrongs don't make a right, is what I'm saying.
I'm not saying I'm going to kill them. It's a pretty vague veil. I mean, all I'm saying is,
and to be honest, you haven't seen his face, and you will not get more teeth. He can call your bluff.
Right.
He sends you some teeth. Like, yeah, what's up?
Well, we're in a teeth war. Where am I going to get more teeth? I can't give him all my teeth in one go in case it's like.
Oh yeah. How many teeth do you have?
I don't know, like 8. I could ration him out. I could give him like 2. I could give him like 2 teeth to start with, and if he ups the ante, I'm like, here's 4 more teeth. You want to see how many I got?
Is it full? They're full teeth.
Yeah, they're crackled.
They're full teeth, like full, like the roots and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm a baller. What? Yeah.
It was my friend. Remember when I lived with in Florida? Some of the people I lived with, when we were moving, she was packing stuff and like throwing stuff away, and she had like this bag of teeth, and I was like, "Why are you?" I was like, "Where'd you get these teeth?" She goes, "Oh, those are my teeth. I had them pulled when I was a kid." And I was like, "You're just going to throw them away?" And I'm like, she says, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, can I have them?" She's like, "Yeah."
Right.
But you never know.
You should just
like this. This could be all these years I've had this bag of teeth, and I'm like, "Oh, she was right. There's no reason to have a bag of teeth. I should probably throw them away." And I've almost thrown them away a bunch of times. But then this might be the perfect solution to get people to stop stealing my mail.
I think
this is where those teeth. This is the reason I had those teeth. This is why the universe gave me those teeth all those years ago.
This guy for the mail. I think you could
do
something better with them. You could grind them up and do some powerful voodoo, or you could make like one of those really creepy Blair Witch necklaces with like a feather, like a raven's feather and like a newt's skull. Skull.
Does newts even have skulls?
Have skulls? What do they keep the brain in?
A jar by the bed. I don't know.
Just think about it.
They may have like little cartilagey. Like I wouldn't think they're skulls.
Think of like a snake skull in the middle.
Yeah, snakes.
Then like 2 feathers, and then 2 teeth, and then 2 feathers, and then 2 teeth, and then 2 feathers. And you just go to someone. I made you this.
I made you this. I love you.
Suck your teeth. I made you this. You're like the villain from True Detective.
Oh man, I've not seen that. Everybody says it's good though.
Oh, I just kind of spoiled it. You're the.
Thanks.
Turns out you're the villain. It's you, the whole time.
I've been watching Twin Peaks.
I'm not there. Oh, is that with the mayor from Portlandia?
Maybe. And it's got the Quizak Hatterack in it. He's the main dude.
Hatterack. Have you ever seen the movie Dune? Have you seen the movie Dune?
Dune.
Consult the archives.
Yeah, we can look in your archive. Dune. Have you ever seen the movie Dune? It's like it's like a weird space movie with worms and bitchin' guitar songs.
Worms?
Never mind.
Worms?
Yeah, worms.
Giant worms. Giant sand worms.
Worms and guitar?
Worms and guitar? Yeah. Anyway, that's what that movie is. So let's consult. So let's see. Did we talk about Will Smith math?
What could that possibly mean?
No, I
see. We write these ideas down, and I have no idea what that means. Will Smith math? Will Smith?
I think
like Wild Wild West.
Will Smith. Yeah,
Will
the actor
Smith.
Will Smith. I think him and his son, because they're both kind of crazy. Mostly his son. They came up with a new way to do math, and they say it's better than normal math.
Now I've heard of a way for a different way to do math, but I don't think Will Smith invented it.
What's your way? What's the better way?
Well, I don't have a way to do it. It's my way is just the way everybody does math apparently, but there's another way.
You don't use Will Smith,
and it's not Will Smith.
You don't use the Will Smith.
It's not
way?
Will Smith. Will Smith might have a way, but it's not the way I'm thinking. There's another way that's real convoluted.
Does you use it involves like squares and stuff, like lines and? Hold on, let me look it up. Will Smith math. I'm gonna type Will Smith math into Google.
Where lines and squares?
Yep.
Well, I mean, that's geometry.
He says that him and his son have come up with multidimensional mathematics.
Oh my lord!
And they told this in an interview on Good Morning America. They like just, hey, what's up, America? Good morning. Here's some bullshit. Will Smith says, he goes, this is his quote. He says, I'm a student of patterns. At heart, I'm a physicist. At heart, I'm a physicist. That's not how that works.
No. Were you a physicist before on Fresh Prince with?
Oh, what? Dude, listen to the back and forth. Listen to the back and forth. Will says, I'm a student of patterns. Okay. At heart, I'm a physicist. I look at everything in my life as trying to find the single equation, the theory of everything. And Jaden says, there's definitely a theory to everything. And Will says, when you find things that are tried and true for millennia, you can bet that it's going to happen tomorrow. Jaden goes, the sun coming up? And Will says, the sun coming up, but even a little more.
What? See, they've got to remember that people can go back and read that over and over and over again. Shit, maybe we should take a page out of that book.
Just come up with their own math?
Jaden says, that people can listen to this shit over and over again and be like, they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
We've never posited we come up with our own math, though. Jaden says, I think there's a special equation for everything, but I don't think our mathematics has evolved enough to even, like, I think there's a whole new mathematics and we have to learn to get the equation. And Will goes, I agree with that. And Jaden goes, it's beyond mathematical. It's like multi-dimensional mathematical. If you can sort of understand what I'm saying. No.
No. Go hang out with Justin Bieber. Last time, man, you were saying that trees never rotted for like 100 million years or something.
I was saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
But what are you talking about? That's true. That's a real thing.
Okay.
You don't believe me?
I have no reason not to.
I don't know what to type into Google to get that. Germs couldn't eat trees.
Germs couldn't eat trees.
There wasn't anything that could eat. There wasn't anything that could eat the tree matter. There was nothing that could eat it.
This was pre-beavers.
Yeah, it was like
pre-beaver.
Yeah. So like the trees would just pile up because then they could eat them.
I got you. We've been through all this.
Okay. There's
what could Will Smith, is that what that was? Was Will Smith math?
I think that's all it is that him and his son are fucking crazy. His son went to Kanye West's wedding in a white Batman outfit. Just dressed as like a pure white Batman. Like he showed up to a wedding in white. First of all, you don't do that. Second of all, it was a white Batman costume.
Help, computer.
I think it's because you started updating stuff.
Hey, kids, I'm a computer.
Thanks, Wendy. She started updating her computer and immediately killed my internet. This is a professional podcast. We have to talk about monkey balls and space worms and guitar.
I'm sorry. Will the monkey balls save the world?
The monkey balls, well, I don't think they're going to help the world, no, but they weren't going to hurt it.
They convinced a bunch of people to do it too. It was like, I don't remember. This is why we needed John on here. He's the one that told me that story. It's we'll talk about it again when he comes on. It's like a ridiculous. I mean, for the time, like 200 guys or something signed up for this nonsense. But my thing is like, where were they getting the monkeys?
You can get monkeys, man. What do you mean? Where are they getting monkeys?
200 in the Old West.
It's happening in the Old West.
Anytime I think of the 1900s, I just immediately think of the Old West.
I mean, 200 monkeys isn't that unreasonable to get. Especially since to think
Can you imagine 200 monkeys together? What nonsense will be going on? 200 monkeys in a space.
Sure.
It would be lunacy. It would be crazy.
I've seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I've seen 3 monkeys together and they didn't know what to do with themselves. Like, you imagine
where were you?
200
monkeys just in a room.
The DMV. Bazing. I'm here all week. I don't probably the zoo.
I mean, 200 monkeys. And think about it. There's less like laws and regulations. Like if the boat shows up in New York Harbor and they got 200 monkeys, they go, all right, bring them in. There's not gonna be any questions back then.
Yeah, exactly. Especially back
Way
then.
easier to get to.
Justin Bieber got it. Justin Bieber bought a monkey just a couple years ago, and he just quit caring about it on his flight and didn't pick it up at the airport. And they kept putting out calls like, "Justin Bieber, you got to come pick up your monkey." Your monkey
out into the airport. Justin Bieber, we have your monkey. Could you come and get your monkey? Justin Bieber, we have your monkey. Please pick up your monkey. Justin Bieber, please.
No, it was the point he just left. He was like, "Fuck that monkey. I don't want it anymore." And then they put it out on social, and somebody finally came and adopted it whenever he didn't show up. And everybody was giving him hell.
What scruples?
He was giving people were giving him hell because it was like, you just adopted a monkey, then just left it at the airport. Come on.
Okay, sure, that's ridiculous. But what about the scruples of this person who shows up is like, yeah, I'll take that monkey. Do you think they looked into that guy? Because imagine I show up like, dude, guess what? Dude, check this out. Got Justin Bieber's monkey.
This monkey's like, damn it, just send me home. I'm just passing hands here.
Weren't you just supposed to take a flight to Texas? Nah, dude, got a free monkey. I came right back home.
What? No monkeys in Texas.
I was in line for Delta, and I heard over the intercom that Justin Bieber left his monkey, and I said, "Hey, when the airport gives you monkeys,
you just don't go to Texas." I mean, Texas is basically the old West.
It's the new West. Is there a new West? Is there like a modern West? Has anyone ever made Space Cowboys? Oh, Firefly.
Yeah, there's New Mexico. That's a thing. Oh man!
You said that so earnestly. You went like it's like you weren't joking. You're like, there's New Mexico.
Oh, all right. What else is on that list? I'm tired of talking about cowboy monkeys. Gosh, they used to dress up cowboy or monkeys like cowboys. That was a thing too.
What were we talking about? Space tastes. Why don't you say space tastes? What is that?
I don't know. I have no idea what that means. Space tastes.
Space tastes. What?
I really don't know. It's not ringing any bells.
I don't think space tastes like anything. Nothing out there to taste.
It's got to be something from space, not. Yeah, because you're right. Space don't taste like anything.
Hey man, space don't taste.
I don't know. This is a Will Smith song writing itself.
Space don't taste. Oh. I think I know what it is. There's apparently
getting tasty
because the universe is so big, and there's so many possibilities because it's like infinite or whatever.
I don't know. I love the way this is starting.
There's like a cloud of gas out there somewhere. It tastes like raspberry brandy.
What?
Like it just tastes exactly like it. Just a cloud of raspberry brandy floating out there in space.
Based on like the infinite probability thing.
They know it's there. They know where it is. They know it's there.
What? No.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were saying hypothetically that just because there's infinite possibilities with other dimensions or something, that somewhere there's a cloud of gas that tastes like raspberry brandy.
There's a cloud of raspberry brandy just floating out in space.
Scientists have proved this.
Yes.
How?
They do that thing where they look at the light, the rainbow, and it shows you the elements, the electrons and shit, and they're like, raspberry brandy, got the same thing.
Okay.
Electrospectrometer. You know what I'm saying? Where it casts the rainbow, and depending on how much yellow and how much green and stuff, they can tell the elements. That sounds like a bunch of nonsense, but that's true. That's a real thing.
So they just tested some gas cloud in space and then said, "Oh, this is exactly the same as raspberry brandy."
I'm not a scientist. I couldn't tell you exactly what they did, but I think that's how I would do it if I was a scientist.
Exactly. The longer we do this and the more shit I hear, the more I think I could just be a scientist tomorrow. Just show up and be one.
No, dude. You have to go to school for that kind of nonsense.
Well, yeah, and learn Will Smith math, and then you can talk about space cloud brandy.
Maybe it's not brandy. Maybe it just tastes like brandy. How do they know?
It doesn't matter. The fact that something in space tastes like they've never tasted it. But okay, I get it though. I guess that as reluctant as I am, I get it. I guess that makes sense that they can, because on paper, yeah. But until you send Matthew McConaughey out there to lick that cloud, I'm not believing it.
Dude, here, listen. This is right itself. We should become screenwriters. Here's what we do. We write a movie about two guys who build a rocket to go out there and collect that cloud.
Because the Earth is out of raspberry. Because
Starring Seth Rogen and James Franco.
yeah, and they're banjo players. Because nobody drinks blackberry brandy unless you're a fucking hillbilly banjo player. Like nobody's drinking raspberry brandy unless you're picking and a grinning.
What, I mean, you wouldn't try Space Brandy? Dude, imagine we bought it.
Oh,
We could
definitely
charge so much money for Space Brandy. Royal We branded Space Brandy.
You would have to pay for the amount of money it took you to send a guy to space. Not to mention that we'd all be dead and gone before he came back. It'd be like our great
Imagine that movie.
Great.
We show back up.
Setting up a legacy.
We're two young men.
We'll just freeze.
We're two young men, and the world is all old. Everyone's old men. No, that's not how the world works.
Wait. Oh, people don't just get old and then nothing new happens.
So there's new men, and they don't remember us. Nor do they remember.
New men, new man, new era.
New Mexico.
So, I can see that unfold. This is great. I love this movie already.
We call it New Mexico, and we're like, what the fuck is that movie about?
Does that have to do with anything? There were two hillbilly banjo players from New Mexico who decided who
Listen, man, I have a dream.
setting up a legacy.
Listen, if I'm reading this Huffington Post article correct, there's just a brandy out there in space ready for the picking. It's ripe for the picking.
18 reasons why space brandy's the best.
You'll never guess what this banjo player did next.
Wow. Once I found out, no way.
Hey, listen, anyone who's listening to this, the other 4 people who listen to this podcast, don't you steal our idea. Royal We, copyright 2015.
What would be really funny is at the end of that, they send them away to get the space brandy. And they finally come back. Yeah, we're super old men. We're like on our deathbed, like super old. And they bring us the space brandy that they've bottled somehow.
We send someone out to get it. And we're on Earth and we're old.
Yeah, and you don't see us anymore until the end of the movie. And then when we come back, we're super old. And then we taste it and we go, it tastes like shit. And then the credits roll. That's not space brandy. Directed by Ethan Hawke for some reason.
Do you think if there's raspberry brandy out there, do you think there's just like space milk? Like there's just milk?
Yeah, there's everything. If there's space brandy, which is the most specific thing, of course there's like space chocolate mousse or something. There's space dumplings. That's what you need to find. Space dumplings.
I need that space cloud. Just imagine how gross it would be, a giant cloud, like, millions of miles across, it's just milk, just floating, like milk crystals.
It's cold. Milky Way.
Wait a second. Milky Way, the way, the only way. Will Smith math, New Mexico.
Brought to you by Milky Way, the candy bar.
Mars Bars Incorporated.
Golta.
All right. Yep. We should write movies, man. Do you remember that whole movie plan we had about we were both going to be? It was a movie where we were both stand-up comedians, and I just completely rip off your act and become super famous. I don't remember I don't remember where the movie went after that. And then we make a list of something we wanted to do. The movie was called like Master List. Yep, I remember because you were like, you can't call it Master List. That sounds too Nazi-like. I don't remember.
What do you mean? It was just a list of things we wanted to do, like the bucket list.
Yeah. We made remember that list we put on the dry erase board? We never accomplished any of it.
No, we did the podcast thing.
Barely.
My favorite list we ever made was of all the wrestlers.
Do you have it on? Do you have a picture of it?
Not on me.
You sent it to me. You don't know where it is.
Well, maybe somewhere else. Yeah, I'll look for it. But yeah, if I remember my all-time favorite that you never loved for some reason was Fight Pope. I loved Fight Pope.
My favorite, which you never loved, which you never gave the respect it deserved.
you never liked it.
Dude, I'm going on and on about it. You just never would respect my Fight Pope idea.
Oh, this place opened up down the road, and I took a picture of it, called Bimbo Bakeries. Bimbo.
Just a bunch of blonde women?
Oh, no.
Bimbo Bakeries, USA.
Is that everything on your list?
Apparently, Ryan says that NASA has figured out a warp drive. Oh, he sent me an article about the alcohol in space. Let me read that.
Alcohol I can get, but that it tastes like raspberry brandy.
Yeah, 10,000 light years from Earth.
The next article is world's drunkest man becomes astronaut.
Oh, wow. Dude, the cloud is huge. It's 1,000 times larger than the diameter of our solar system. Every person on Earth would have to drink 300,000 pints every day for 1 billion years to drink it all.
Why even open your mouth? It means nothing.
Every person on Earth would have to drink 300,000 pints every day for 1 billion
Stupid.
years.
Why even put... It doesn't mean anything. You're doing all this science, and that's the only way to try. Let's quantify it with just baloney.
Yeah. Oh, it's raspberry flavored rum. I'm sorry, it's not brandy. It's rum. It doesn't explain. It doesn't explain.
I hope you have to fight space pirates to get it.
It doesn't explain anything about the science. It just goes, it reportedly smells like rum.
Of course, reportedly, because no one smelled it. Of course, reportedly.
But there's science. They can figure out, like, I've never seen Pluto, but they know it's there.
I've never seen fucking Australia. I just talk to people with weird accents.
You ever kind of think maybe things like that don't exist? Like, sometimes I think, like, my life is...
Oh, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I had a dream one time, and it turned out it was almost exactly like The Matrix. Except it wasn't robots. It was just space people.
Just Australians.
Yeah. We were in Big Two. We're all asleep. And then like a year later, The Matrix came out. My buddy was like, dude, remember when you dreamed this almost exact movie? I'm like, yeah, but I can never say that because people won't believe me.
No. I don't mean that. I mean like things like, so like I've been to the Japanese airport. For all I know, that's all that exists.
Right. Yeah. It's like, no, I don't know exactly what you mean. Like there's no real way to know it. Maybe it doesn't. That thing where they're talking about like that things don't necessarily exist or react unless you're like by the act of looking at something changes something, like how
kind of like a video game. Kind of like a video game. Or like if you're not in
things might not actually exist.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Let's start talking about things sciencey because we have no clue what the fuck we're talking about.
Like
this always
when
goes,
you're in a video game, like if you're not actively looking at something, it just doesn't exist.
Right, it's just not rendering on the screen.
Right. So like I've never been to Russia. I don't even know anyone who's Russian. Is that even a place? Have you been to Russia? Yeah, is it real? Can you prove that Russia's real? No, fuck it. Have you ever been to Russia? No, I've never even seen a picture of Russia.
Nope.
Well, that's probably not true.
Yes, you have. You can't go through your life and not see a picture of Russia.
Man, never seen a picture of Russia. Do you remember the first time you see a picture of Russia?
I remember.
That'd be funny if you had a kid and you could record the most meaningless parts of their life. You know what I mean? Like, this is my son, he's 3. It's the first time he saw a picture of Russia.
What's the thing about the colors? Remember how they said that blue might not necessarily have existed in early history? And then later on, like people just started seeing blue. Okay. And that guy did that experiment where he purposefully didn't tell his kid that the sky was blue. And then one day he asked the kid, like, what color is the sky? And it took him like forever to just say blue through like trial and error. And eventually he was like, based on other things he'd seen, he was like, oh, blue. But at first the kid was like, I don't know.
Wait, but
there's no word for blue.
So you're suggesting if a kid never knew, if you pointed to a map and go, what's that? And the kid's not going to say Russia because he doesn't know, he's never heard the concept of Russia.
All right, that was kind of out of context with what we were talking about. But, dude, if you had me pointed a map, I probably couldn't find Russia.
It's the big one, man. It's the big one.
It's that big one right there.
We should befriend a Russian podcast, man. We need some Russian love. To Russia with love?
Some skinny Russian love.
Oh, Russian love, just let me in. Oh, Russian love. I don't remember the melody to that song.
That's a real thing? It's a real song?
No, Skinny Love is. Bon Iver.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, the Bon Iver.
No, is it really? Is it really?
Yep.
Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah. Come on, Russian love, just let me last a year. Yeah, that one. But it's not Russian love. It's skinny love.
I don't think you're real.
We had to change it to Russian love for castles look like candy.
Tetris is a thing.
Is Tetris Russian?
Everything I know about Russia is vodka and Tetris. And Putin.
Yeah. Old Putin.
Bears.
Shirtless horse riding.
Yep.
Bears are Russian?
Every bear is Russian.
Every bear is Russian. There were no bears anywhere else.
I was trying to explain to someone that every dog
This is getting
American.
dumber by the second.
Every dog is American. If I see a dog, it's an American. Every dog I've ever seen, my whole life was been an American dog. So now when I see a dog walking around the streets of Taipei, that's an American.
But that's clearly wrong because America's not that old. Dogs have been around for ages.
Well, okay, but there was a point at which all dogs became American, and that was 1776.
All good dogs go to America.
That's part of the Constitution, man. Look, read it up. Read that fine print.
Actually, Vikings brought dogs here way before Columbus ever did.
It's Bon Iver. It'd be really funny to get drunk at a bar and just like demand that, like, no, it's part of our government. It's part of the U.S. rights. Every dog in this goddamn world is a U.S. citizen.
That's probably happened.
I'm confident that it's true. All bears are Russian.
Yeah.
All lions are African. Do lions live anywhere that's not Africa?
I don't think. Not. I mean, they probably do, but against their will.
The will of the lion.
I mean, the lion's just going to live where it lives until somebody catches it and ships it somewhere cold. And the lion's like, what the fuck?
If a lion is born in America, is it an African American?
I don't know. I'm not getting into that.
I don't know, Sam. Fuck you.
I don't know. I
don't think that term applies to things that aren't human.
No.
Like iPods. Or if you buy an iPod in America and you bring it to Africa.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever talked about.
All right.
No.
But anyway, what I'm saying before is, like, when I go to work in the morning, there's no one around, and it's like, because I go pretty early, and the street I go up and down is the same every day. It feels like a movie set.
Yeah, like the Truman Show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like the Truman Show. I'm like the. I mean, maybe I am kind of saying that, I guess. Like, if I make a plan to go somewhere, like, there's like a crew of people who have to like invent, like, okay, shit, we got to think about all the stuff we told them is Japanese. We got to like make a world that looks like that.
That's great. So what's the rest of the world look like? Just one look that you've never seen?
Maybe it's just a big room, like a big warehouse.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That was my endorsement. I had to drop that plug because I'm an actor in your movie. I had to drop a plug for Maybelline.
That checks out.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel, I mean, I don't think that's true.
Right.
But I mean, like, for example, when I'm not actively talking to you or having a podcast with you, you don't exist. You're on the other side of the goddamn world. I don't know what you're doing.
I know. Well, I mean, that's me. Usually if I go through a whole day without seeing myself, I kind of start thinking the same thing. Like this fish that, what this name was talking about, are invisible. It's like if you're invisible for so long and no one could see you and no one could talk to you, after a while you might as well not exist.
What?
If there are fish that are invisible and no other fish interact with them and no one could see them,
They have to eat
then they
stuff.
basically don't exist.
You must eat stuff.
But if you were invisible and no one could interact with you and no one could see you and you couldn't interact with anyone else, you just basically wouldn't exist.
Don't look.
You might as well not
Don't
exist.
look. Don't look at your feet. Are you wearing shoes? Can you tell if you're wearing shoes right now? Do you remember?
Yeah.
You know, are you?
I can feel
You're wearing shoes?
No, I'm not.
I remember one time.
I can wiggle my toes and I don't feel my shoes.
One time I was at work one time, and my boss was arguing with someone. Like, they were like getting into a pretty big argument, and I had a really dumb look on my face, and they looked at me like, "What are you doing?" And I was trying to figure out whether I was wearing shoes or not. And I was like wiggling my face. I'm like, am I wearing shoes? Am I wearing shoes? And they're like, Sam, why would you be here at Radio Shack not wearing shoes?
Is that all that was on that
Yeah,
list?
it's everything, man. So I think we got something.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Bye.